We often think of intimacy as merely the physical act of bodies coming together, a passionate desire that engulfs us. But when you're with the right person, something much deeper unfolds, something that transcends the physical realm. It feels as though two energies recognize each other, awakening parts of you that may have lain dormant for ages. This connection goes beyond mere emotions or feelings of safety. It carries a profound certainty that this person has entered your life for a reason. In that instant, your soul communicates without words, and even in silence, an unspoken spiritual dialogue confirms that you are exactly where you belong. It's as if you both have traveled parallel paths for years, each searching for answers until destiny aligns your journeys. This connection is more than just a moment of passion. It opens an invisible gateway between two inner worlds that reflect and nurture one another. Carl Jung described an ancient wisdom that stirs within us when we encounter someone who resonates with our essence. This isn't just a romantic notion. It's a symbolically rich experience. It feels like your entire unconscious is signaling that there's something essential you need to embrace, something that defies logic but transforms you from the inside out. This is why intimate moments with certain people become sacred. It's not just about physical surrender. It's about revealing your soul with a vulnerability that's both daunting and freeing. With the right person, your soul feels safe to reveal itself. You no longer feel the need to shield your true self or put on a facade. This connection cultivates a sanctuary where you can fully let go, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Such experiences are rare. Many people go through their lives without ever encountering this depth of intimacy. It's not for lack of desire, but because they settle for shallow connections that fail to reach their true essence. When you finally meet someone who ignites your life force, everything shifts within you. Your heart starts to beat in a new rhythm. Your breath finds harmony with theirs, and your mind quiets. What you feel transcends mere desire. It is presence, the undeniable feeling of being exactly where you are meant to be. In that moment, as the world around you blurs, you realize something profound is unfolding, something spiritual that you can't put into words, yet cannot dismiss. This kind of connection doesn't always arrive cloaked in ideal romance. Sometimes it comes with storms, doubts, and fears. When someone touches your soul, they also touch your wounds, which can be overwhelming. Yet, even amidst the emotional turmoil that true intimacy can evoke, a clarity emerges that you can't ignore. This bond serves a purpose that extends beyond just you. You're not here merely to experience joy or pain. Your purpose is transformation. Intimacy with the right person acts as a profound mirror, reflecting your true self, stripped of masks, roles, and defenses. You might not always appreciate what you see, but if you summon the courage to look within, if you're willing to embrace every emotion without judgment or escape, that's when healing takes root. In that moment, there's a spiritual awakening occurring. Your soul, recognizing itself in another, begins to reconfigure, returning to its authentic state that has been overshadowed by years of fear, trauma, and denial. It's crucial to understand that this journey isn't about someone else saving you. That's a common misconception. Instead, it's about that person helping you remember who you truly are. When you're with the right individual, you don't lose your identity in them. Rather, you rediscover yourself. They don't consume you. They unveil you. The beauty of this connection is that it guides you to your truest self, a truth that has always resided within you, awaiting this spiritual bond to awaken it. There's a reality that many shy away from. Not every intimate relationship is transformative. However, when you encounter one that is, you'll know it instinctively, without needing anyone to explain it. You can feel it in your skin, in the way your breath steadies, in the calming of your mind that ceases its struggle, and in your soul, which for a brief moment stops its relentless search. With this person, your essence doesn't need to defend itself any longer. You're free from the need to guard anything. You simply allow the connection to unfold. Intimacy transcends mere action. It becomes a sacred ritual where you disarm yourself and embrace a fresh start. It's astonishing how the body senses what the mind hasn't yet grasped. Perhaps that's why logical explanations fade away in the presence of someone who resonates with you. It just happens. There exists a wordless language, a silent pact between your deepest memories and theirs. This connection wasn't planned or anticipated. It finds you. And when it does, many things that once seemed significant quickly diminish in importance. You release the need for control and the compulsion to force anything. You come to realize that the soul doesn't adhere to calendars, rules, or checklists. It patiently awaits the moment it can finally see itself mirrored in another. In that instant, every intimate interaction transforms into an act of healing, not because the other person mends you, but because they create the space for you to truly see yourself. Ultimately, what we all yearn for is to be genuinely seen, not for our outward appearance or out of desperation, but from the depths of our souls. We long to be touched, not by hands that seek to possess, but by gazes that know how to embrace. When that connection occurs, and you can be your authentic self, even in your most vulnerable moments, transformation begins. This person, often unknowingly, becomes the catalyst for your change. She didn't come to complete you. She came to awaken you. And you weren't meant to simply fill a role. You were here to remember, because everything you need is already within you, buried beneath the weight of duties, fears, and unhealed wounds. Then, someone enters your life, not to provide answers, but to inspire you to ask the right questions through their mere presence. This person doesn't offer security. Instead, they ignite the courage inside you to stop fleeing. They don't save you. They walk alongside you as you find your own way back to yourself. That is the essence of true intimacy, a space where two individuals dare to be genuine. Not perfect, not whole, but authentic, where wounds are acknowledged rather than concealed, where silence is not awkward but comforting, where bodies serve as bridges connecting inner worlds ready to unite. With this person, there's no urgency, no pretenses, no tactics to gain approval. There exists only truth, presence, and soul. Something profound happens when you stop using intimacy as an escape and start experiencing it as a path to growth. You no longer exhaust yourself out of fear of being abandoned in passion. You don't surrender just to keep someone close. You don't feel the need to charm to be chosen. You simply exist. And what blossoms from this authenticity cannot be manufactured. It's something you feel, cherish, and cultivate. With the right person, the spiritual doesn't impose itself. It reveals, it unfolds naturally, and you begin to transform without even realizing it. Your perception of yourself shifts. The way you inhabit your body changes. Your breath deepens. You find yourself lighter, more connected, more awake. Then, you realize not every encounter leaves the same mark. Some connections touch you briefly and then fade away. But there's one. When they touch you, they unlock the doors to your soul. There exists a kind of intimacy that lingers in your memory, not because it was flawless, but because it was genuine, reaching parts of you that even you may have forgotten. These places are safeguarded by pain, time, and the layers your soul has crafted to endure. Yet this person comes along, and without asking for permission, they gently discover the depths of your being. They don't force their way in. They enter through glances, through attentive listening, through their willingness to simply be present. The spiritual doesn't always manifest in grand displays. Sometimes it's the quiet that reassures you something significant is unfolding. A calm that doesn't numb or conceal, but rather embraces. With this person, intimacy breeds not uncertainty, but clarity. It doesn't create insecurity. It empowers you to be more of who you truly are. It's like finally letting your shoulders drop, allowing your body to rest from its inner battles. You have nothing to prove, no expectations to meet. You breathe, you feel, and you engage in something your soul recognized long before you consciously did. In this shared moment, something begins to come together, not on the outside, but within. You start to realize that it wasn't simply a lack of love that caused you pain, but rather the tendency to invest your heart in places where you felt unnoticed, where your presence was tolerated but never truly celebrated, leaving your spirit hidden behind a veil of longing. Now, with this unexpected bond, it dawns on you that genuine intimacy asks for nothing in return and demands no tests. It comes without conditions, inviting you to simply exist. In this invitation, a new version of yourself starts to take shape. Not a superior version, but one that is more authentic and deeply connected. This person isn't here to rescue you from yourself. They are here to remind you that you need no saving. Every part of you, with your light, your scars, your uncertainties, is deserving of love. As this realization washes over you, something inside releases, as if a long-held, invisible bond finally unravels. It's not magic. It's simply truth. And when you embrace truth in intimacy, it becomes something sacred. You might find yourself puzzled by the depth of this connection. Perhaps you even try to resist it, to question it, to doubt its significance. But such efforts are in vain. What your soul recognizes, your mind cannot dismiss. Deep down, you understand that this is no ordinary encounter. It's a doorway, an opportunity, a reflection that reveals not just who you are, but who you could become if you dare to embark on this path of profound connection. True intimacy doesn't end with a fleeting moment of closeness. It lingers. It embeds itself in your body, your mind, your heart. It transforms you subtly and powerfully, shifting how you perceive yourself, how you speak to yourself, and how you navigate the world with a newfound gentleness. Because you no longer crave validation. You experience presence, and that shifts everything. With the right person, time loses its meaning. In mere seconds, you can feel what you've missed with others for years, not because they are flawless, but because you are ready. You both find yourselves at that perfect intersection where you can meet, unfiltered, unguarded, and unafraid. And when that occurs, the duration becomes irrelevant. What truly matters is what it ignites within you, what it reveals, and what it leaves behind. Not everyone is prepared for this level of intimacy. Many unknowingly sabotage it, not out of desire to escape, but because it terrifies them, confronting them in ways they didn't expect. It digs deeper than surface-level appearances. When someone sees your soul, you can no longer hide behind your accolades, your practiced smiles, or your arguments. You are laid bare, and if you aren't ready to truly see yourself, it feels easier to retreat than to hold that gaze. That's why some pull away just when things get real. It's not rejection, it's fear. Fear of being genuinely touched, fear of facing oneself without any masks, But you are not here to repeat old patterns. You're here to shatter old habits, to make different choices, and to embrace experiences that defy logical reasoning. Because you can feel it in every fiber of your being. When you open yourself up, letting go of the barriers you've built against love, you begin to resonate at a new frequency. This frequency transcends shallow connections and hollow attachments. It aligns with authenticity, with what nurtures and transforms. You come to realize that spirituality isn't some far-off mystical idea. It unfolds in the present moment, in the pauses between breaths, in gestures shared, and in those intimate silences. It's in the gentle way someone touches you, the attentive listening that comes without interruptions, and the way they look at you while you simply exist. These genuine moments hold more value than 1,000 promises, as they aren't meant to persuade you. They walk alongside you. To accompany someone isn't about carrying or saving them. It's about journeying together in a sacred space where you don't need all the answers or the pressure to be strong all the time. It's a place where you can shed tears without feeling weak, laugh freely without concern for the noise, and just be yourself without needing to apologize. When you embrace this profound intimacy, your body transforms from a mere tool for conquest into a vessel for spiritual expression. Every touch, every shared breath, every still moment together begins to resonate with meaning, communicating what words cannot capture. You don't feel this because you understand it. Rather, you sense it, perhaps recalling dreams of it from the past, even if you didn't know it then. Now, you're living it, and while the world outside continues to move, you choose to remain in this moment. There's nowhere to rush to. You're not chasing the future or fleeing the past. You are here, fully present, and at last, you understand that you belong. This moment isn't mere chance. It's the culmination of everything you've gone through, everything you've released, preparing you for this very instant. Such connections aren't chased after. They're embraced. And when they arrive, you don't need to grasp every detail to know their authenticity. Acceptance is all that's required. For what is true doesn't shout or impose. It simply exists. You feel it because something within you has clicked into place, sparking a desire for nothing less. Experiencing this profound connection changes you. You can't remain the same. Something settles within you, as if you've finally uncovered a melody that has been softly playing in your soul all along. It's not a concept to be explained. It's a sensation to be lived. And once you've felt it, you can't go back to anything that doesn't resonate deeply with you, that doesn't elevate or awaken your spirit. Now you understand that there's something far greater out there. Not every relationship is alike. Not every closeness carries the weight of authenticity. There are moments that not only touch your skin, but also transcend time, fears, and stories, reaching you right where you need it the most. This kind of closeness isn't defined by how often it happens or how long it lasts. It's all about the depth of connection, the mark it leaves on your soul, and its power to bring you back to the essence of who you are. The part of you that was paused, the part that got lost in the shuffle of daily life and expectations. In those moments, you feel welcomed just as you are. There's no need to conceal your thoughts or brush aside your uncomfortable emotions. You can speak from your core, meet someone's gaze without looking away, and breathe freely without hesitation. That is what truly transforms everything. Freedom. Not the kind that lets you do anything you please, but the freedom to be authentically you, free from fear. When someone offers that to you without demands, conditions, or manipulation, it's something to cherish. The real is delicate, and when it surfaces, the least you can do is honor it. This doesn't mean that everything is flawless. It means it's genuine, allowing for contradictions, good days, and the gray ones too. The bond doesn't fade at the first disagreement. Instead, it strengthens when both individuals choose to stay, to truly see one another, and to communicate from the heart. That is rare. That is precious. The soul recognizes it as home. Sometimes, in the warmth of intimacy with the right person, feelings emerge that you haven't experienced in years, or that you've never let yourself feel. Tears you didn't know were there. Sighs you forgot to release. There's something in this connection that stirs up ancient memories. Sometimes your own, sometimes ones you don't even understand, yet they weigh heavily on you. It's as if your body knows it can finally let go in this safe space. It can release burdens it has carried for far too long. And that's not a sign of weakness. It's healing, true devotion. Not a sign of defeat, but of liberation. You come to realize that the most spiritual experience you've had wasn't a ceremony, a meditation session, or some far-off mystical encounter. It was simply being present, skin to skin, breathing alongside someone who asks nothing of you, yet transforms everything by allowing you to just be. And in that state of being, the most sacred event between two souls unfolds, a profound recognition of one another. After experiencing this, your perception of intimacy shifts. You now understand what it feels like when two souls connect without masks, when no words are necessary to feel at home, and when shared silence becomes more restorative than 1,000 conversations. You seek no proof, no certainties, you simply feel. In that feeling, you discover a tranquility that defies logic. Gradually, you start making different choices, not out of impulse or fear, but because you've tasted something real, something deep, something nurturing, and that elevates your standards. It's no longer about finding someone who desires you. It's about finding someone who truly sees you, who embraces you, who listens. Even when words fail to capture your feelings, you discover someone who stays close as the spiritual starts to unveil itself, transforming every aspect of your life. This kind of deep connection, when genuine, inevitably alters the essence of who you are. It doesn't turn you into someone else. Rather, it guides you back to your true self. The person you are when you drop the facade, the emotions you feel when you stop pretending, the dreams that arise when the world is silent. In that sacred, personal space, you come to understand that love isn't a destination. It's a way of being, a manner of experiencing life. It's about embracing each moment with mindfulness, honoring both your soul and that of the other, free from fear. If you've felt this before, you understand its depth. And if you haven't yet encountered it, don't lose hope. Such connections arrive when you're prepared to embrace them, not a moment sooner, and not through force. They appear when you've healed enough to seek from a place of fullness rather than emptiness, when you choose yourself first rather than waiting to be chosen. From that point onward, everything shifts. If any part of this message resonates with you, if something within stirred or sparked as you listened, I invite you to join something bigger. This isn't just a channel. It's a gathering place for those yearning to go deeper, for those sensing an awakening within. You're here for a purpose. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, someone who may have lost touch with what it feels like to be genuinely moved. Leave a comment and share which part touched your heart the most, what you've experienced or felt. Your words might be the reflection another soul needs to see themselves. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Become part of this community where every message builds a bridge to a more conscious, authentic existence. Hit the bell so you won't miss what's coming next. This is just the beginning. Together, with every voice and every shared story, we can reach more souls, awaken more hearts and remind each other that the spiritual isn't found in distant heavens or future promises. It's woven into how we love, see, touch, and greet every encounter with honesty. Thank you for being here. M.